Hello guys and girls, this is Kentucky. Today let's take a closer look on the Discipline Priest. To start with, I would like to point that there is not much changed gameplay wise. It is still applying atonements and dealing damage, and through atonement healing your targets with atonement, but the way how you do it is greatly changed. So let's take a look on these changes. At first, look at the spellbook. We received Azeroth Prayer, which is a defensive cooldown. It is on a 1.5 minute cooldown, increases your maximum health by 25%, and then heals you for the same amount. This is a great tool. I think every priest is happy about it, as well as they are very happy about Holy Nova, which is an AoE explosion around you, which heals and deals damage, as you can see here. This is also a very useful tool in every situation, and it also heals your atonement targets for a rather huge amount. Mass Dispel has been heavily nerfed. It is now on a 45-second cooldown, which is a 30-second increase. This is only because Blizzard don't want us to be good for every situation. So they want different healers to be good in different situations, which is, I think, kinda okay stuff. Pain Suppression has also been buffed. Now it is only on a 3-minute cooldown. Penance have been slightly tuned. Now it is on a longer channel, but deals relatively higher damage and healing. All priests received Power Word Fortitude, which is a stamina buff for 1 hour, which makes your raid want always at least one priest in your raid. Power Word Shield has been reworked heavily. Now it is on a very low mana cost. It absorbs a rather small amount of damage, but it is not on a cooldown, so it is only on the global. As you can see here, you cannot apply a very lot of amount of Power Word shields. Basically, I think about 8 or 9 before the first disappearing. Now this is the 10th. 11 before disappearing. The first one, of course. But you can also extend this duration with Evangelism later if you choose that talent. Moving on. Because of the Power Word for Shield rework, Rapture also needed rework. Now it is a buff that increases the absorption amount of your Power Word Shield by 200%, which is a huge thing. You can see here 1.9, and with Rapture 5.6, which is a huge increase. Moving on, Shadowfiend is also present for a longer time. Now it is for 15 seconds. It is a 3-second increase, but now Shadowfiend is our only heal and DPS cooldown. Atonement have been reworked. Now it is on a fixed amount of damage, so it won't scale with your mastery. So it will always, your spell damage will always heal for 55% of the damage done, which is a good thing, because it increases the value of your mastery with this new style of mastery, and the versatility as well, because versatility will increase your damage and healing, which is a double increase to your atonement healing, as you can see. So moving on, we received a new mastery. Your healing and absorption is increased by a % on targets with atonement. You can see here there is no atonement. Then Shadowman heals for 3.1000, and with an atonement it is 3.8,000. Sorry if I say something wrong. We were also able to keep Power of the Dark Side from our artifact, which is a great thing. Purge the Wicked or Shadow Word Pain has a chance to empower your next penance, increases its effectiveness by 50%, which is a great buff. So move on and let's take a look at the talents. On the 15th row there is Castigation, Twist of Fate and Schism. Twist of Fate is not really useful, I think, because most times you won't heal a target below 35% health, 35% health, where you receive this buff. Castigation is a great stuff, and it is passive as well. Penance fires one additional bolt of holy light over its duration, which, with the new amount of penance healing and damage, this is a great buff to this spell. And you will use it with contrition all times because they are in synergy with each other. Schism is a great tool also. It increases your burst healing potential because it increases the target's damage taken from your spells by 40%. But I think it is currently on a too long cooldown, and it is also a casted spell. If it would be instant or if it would be on a lower cooldown, then I think that would be a superior option in this tier. But right now I feel that castigation is better than the other options. Of course, if there is heavy damage taken, and most targets usually fall below 35% health, then you will use Twist of Fate, of course. Level 30 raw is Body and Soul, Masochism, and Angelic Feather. Angelic Feather and Body and Soul is the movement tools here. I suggest using Angelic Feather because it is much more used. You can also boost an allied character's movement as well. For example, this way. But if you don't want a casted or clicked ability, then you should use Body and Soul, which makes your Power Word Shield and Leap of Fate increases your target's movement speed. Masochism should be taken whenever there is high incoming damage, and you should reduce with this your incoming damage. 45 raw Shield Discipline, Mind Mender, and Power Word Solace. Shield Discipline currently is, I think, slightly overtuned because Power Word Shield costs 0.4% of your maximum mana, and Shield Discipline restores 0.5% of maximum mana. This makes your Power Word Shield restore actually mana when it is completely absorbed all the time. So if there is heavy damage fights, then you should always choose Shield Discipline because you will receive a free Power Word Shield at every 5. So basically every 5th Power Word Shield will be free, and every 5th Penance will be free, and so on and so on and so on. So I think on heavy damage fights, Shield Discipline is the basic choice. Power Word Solace should be used to increase your damage output, and the Mind Bender should be used to push a damage check. But I think in general usage, Shield Discipline is the best, then Power Word Solace, then Mind Bender in this current situation. But of course numbers can be tuned. If Power Word Solace's cooldown is low enough because of your haste, then it instantly becomes better than Shield Discipline because it generates 1% of your maximum mana at every cast, and it is a 100% sure mana regeneration. And Shield Discipline only is a if completely absorbed, so it is not 100% sure, and this is 100% sure. If haste scales well with this, then this could be better than Shield Discipline. Moving on, 60 raw is the same as it was. Of course, I suggest taking the knockback, not the other two options, because you will, in this way, you will have also Shining Force and Physics Scream. So that's it, depends on your choice or on the situation. Level 75 raw, Sins of the Many, Contrition, and Shadow Covenant. Shadow Covenant is, I think, currently a not worth using spell because it's just weak healing, and it also applies a healing absorption shield, which is a not needed thing. Contrition should be also used in paired with Castigation because your penance heal now heals everyone with your atonement as well. So how it works, just apply some atonements and then heal with penance, and they all will be healed. So that's all. I think it is a great tool. Sins of Many is a very interesting stuff. I suggest this to be used in pair with Schism and Power Word Solace, because it increases the damage you deal and it diminishes with each ally affected by Atonement. But if you are on a Mythic Plus, it will always increases your damage at least 7% at all times. So I think on Mythic Plus it should be the default choice with like the style of this. But on raids I don't think Sins of Many could be good enough, because you will usually use more atonements. You will usually apply more atonements than the 5 or 7. Moving on, level 90 Purge the Wicked, Divine Star and Halo. Halo and Divine Star currently doesn't worth taking. They don't do enough damage nor enough healing to be effective, and Purge the Wicked is a great tool. It is a huge dot. It is also spread by penance, so this is just flat out better than the other two options. Moving on to the last tier, Lenience, Luminous Barrier and Evangelism. Evangelism is the same as it was. It is now on a 1.3 minute cooldown, and it increases all of your active atonement durations by 6 seconds, which is a superb talent choice. I think this is a great tool for the Discipline Priest. But if you're healing a, let's say, 40 people raid, then Luminous Barrier is definitely better, because it creates a shield on all allies within 40 yards, which makes you create a shield on 40 people if you are in a 40-man raid, which absorbs roughly 3.5 thousand damage, which is great. The only problem with this turn currently is that this is on a 3-minute cooldown, which is, I think, too much. But if it would absorb at least 50% HP, so for example like 15,000 damage, then it would be a great stuff. Now I think because of the too much cooldown, it generally won't worth taking. Lenience should be used for Mythic Plus mainly. It makes Atonement reduces damage taken by 3%. So if you choose it, you can see you won't see actually a buff as I see, so it is removed, but definitely it reduces your damage taken, so it is a very useful tool. So let's see how it plays with this style of raid / maybe Mythic Plus stuff. You will apply as many Purge the Wicked as you can, always. Please, come on, don't misclick now, me. And cast some Radiances, also increases their duration. Then just a bit of AoE damage, and you can see there are flashing numbers flying everywhere, huge healings going out and stuff, also with shield and penance. And if you receive a proc from Power of the Dark Side, I will wait it. Here is the Power of the Dark Side buff. Then you will apply Atonement with the shield, and then a huge heal with penance, and with Castigation, Contrition, it will also heal everyone with your Atonement. So this is just a huge heal to everyone. So I think this is way better than it was in Legion. I hope you will enjoy playing it, and just try how it goes. I think now it is not that hard as in Legion. So thanks for watching and see you in the next video, which is the Holy Priest. Till then, bye bye!